Hey y'all, it's Danielle here. Welcome to Elvis Fans Matter. I know y'all aren't used to hearing me say that. Normally it's Pawpaw, but today I'm handling it. Nanny and Pawpaw had some stuff to do, some personal business to take care of at home and some things around the house. And we discussed last night me doing a video today for y'all. So you just got me, but no worries. They will be back this Sunday, 9 a.m. On our regular scheduled video. So first of all, I mean, as y'all know, I've discussed it before. We live about 40-45 minutes away, so it's not always easy when we want to do a quick jump up video for us to get together. But I just wanted to come on and say hello. Sitting here today just in the house getting some things ready, drinking some coffee, and tonight we have Lany's middle school winter band concert tonight, and she's really excited about it. I am too. I didn't get to go to the first band night because it was a couple of days after my surgery. So if you follow me on Facebook, you saw me whining about about that and being sad. But the time did come for the winter concert, and I'm able to be here, be there, not here, I'm here right now, but to be there to see her. So I'm really excited about that. Y'all wish the kids luck. These kids are good. 6th grade, they just started playing in August. Some of them are like Lany. They never picked up an instrument before, and they're very good. Again, if you follow me on Facebook, on my personal page, I had some videos that Nolan took for me at the band night back in October. And these kids are good. They're just 6th graders, and I'm really proud for them. Really proud for Lany. She's really found her place with band and her band friends, and she loves it. So I hope that continues. So y'all, wish them luck, that they have a good concert. She said they've been working really hard, and she's really excited for us to see it. And I like the enthusiasm. I'm glad, there's something that she's really enthusiastic about. And that's what what you want. So she's really looking forward to it, and we are too. So wish them luck. I don't suppose any of y'all watched a little show last night called Christmas at Graceland that Riley Keough put on and produced. Just joking. I know a ton of y'all did. I know that you did. We did too. And I was on the phone back and forth with Nanny and Pawpaw throughout it, calling, saying, what did you think of that? What did you think of this? And then I waited until the very end and called them. It came on at 9 p.m. our time last night, so at about 10:05 I was calling and said, what'd you think? One question that I have gotten before I go any further on the show is, do you talk to how often do you talk to your grandparents? I'm not gonna lie. Every single day, and at a minimum 5 or 6 times a day. If I think of something, or I have a question about something, or I'm getting ready to cook something and want to say, hey, what goes in this, or what do you think this would work, or hey, I'll even call and say, hey, I'm looking at ordering Lany something, and there's a size this and a size this, and I can't decide. What do you think? Just stuff like that. It might be a 3 or 4 minute call. Most of the time, it's not. Sometimes it could be up to 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie. I talk to them every single day, and with Daddy, I talk to him sometimes every single day, but sometimes it might be every other day, just depending on his work schedule and my work schedule when I'm back at work. Here lately, since I've been home after my surgery, it's been more often, but we know, we're both working, so sometimes on my lunch break or his lunch break or whatnot, but we're a very close-knit family, and so, I talk to them every single day. I can't think of a day, honestly, in my life that I have not talked to my nanny. I just can't. It's every day. But, so it's not unusual for me to call back and forth during a TV show or whatnot. So last night, Christmas at Graceland came on. Riley put on that production, had artists, musical artists. If you didn't get to see it, there were several big names there at Graceland last night performing, and Graceland was lit up and it was decorated. We all three of us watched it, me, Nanny, and Pawpaw, and I asked them if they minded if I got their opinion and gave it on a video. So anything I'm saying, again, it is our opinion. I'm pointing like they're here, but it is our opinion. But I did get their approval. I'm not just, speaking for them on their behalf and making anything up. We'll go with my opinion first. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I liked it. I went into it thinking, I may not. I really, really enjoyed it. I think that it was put together well. I think it was well planned out. I enjoyed the scenery and seeing inside the house, seeing outside. I enjoyed the artist. I do. I think that it was very well done. As far as my grandparents, they really enjoyed it too. They said that the same thing, that they thought that it was put together well, that Riley and the producers had a great idea, and they enjoyed seeing it. Of course, it brought back memories, so it was bittersweet for them. I didn't come along until 1983, so I was never there. And to be honest, a lot of people don't know this, so you're getting that's a fact for me. Other than when I was maybe a little baby, I have never been to Graceland. I have been to the wall. I've been, to the gates and walked. But as far as visiting, as a museum standpoint into the mansion or on the grounds, I have never been. Do I plan to go? I've always kind of planned to go, and I do still plan to go. I would love for myself, Nolan, and Lany to go and see, especially to see the place that my grandparents and Daddy and Joey called home. I just have mixed feelings because I know that it's changed and it's more of a commercial, it's commercialized and it's more set for, to me, I say as a museum. I would like to go to Meditation Gardens. I've never been there, and I would like to go one day and pay my respects and to see it and to see the home. I do plan on it one day. I would love to get the chance to go if Daddy and Teresa and Nanny and Pawpaw, if we could go as a group. I don't know that my grandparents would want to go back. That has been asked, and I mean, we don't have any big plans of showing up. But I may surprise myself, one day and everybody else and say, hey, let's go. We're gonna go. I just know that from what I've been told, by my grandparents and people know, a lot of it has changed so much since they were there, so but it is still, I do plan on going one day. I want to see it. I want Nolan and Lany to see it. I want Lany to experience it. And we always encourage, if there's something to do with Elvis, whether it be Graceland or, a Q&A event or a photo op event or anything, movies, if there's something to do with Elvis that you fans want to go see, we highly encourage it. Go and do it and experience it. That's how you keep his memory alive, and how you keep talking about him and everything. And that, go experience it. So if you haven't been to Graceland, go and experience it. Again, we do plan on going, but I've gotten way off subject again. If you guys watched last night, and if you didn't, I hope that you get to, maybe if you find it, somewhere posted, or you're able to download it or get the channel. I'm not sure how it's going to stream, but if you get the chance to watch it, I encourage you to watch it. We all do. I talked to Nanny and Pawpaw right in the beginning, and they were really enjoying it. We did. We thought it was great. It was a great setup, and we enjoyed it all. Of course, none of us feel, and we're biased, none of us feel that anybody has the vocal power that Elvis had. They're never gonna sing it like Elvis. But last night it wasn't about that. It wasn't like anybody was trying to sing it like Elvis. They were singing to honor Elvis. And there is a big difference when you do it and you put your own spin on it and you do your best and you perform and you have fun performing and you're doing it to honor Elvis. That right there was touching. So we really enjoyed it. Of course, my opinion and their opinion, and it may be unpopular. You may fully agree. You may think, but we're going to be honest with you. You know that we don't sugarcoat. We really thought it was touching to see Elvis projected on the house and on the barn, pictures of Elvis and Lisa, and we do feel, in our opinion, that it was a little much on the photos reminiscing with Priscilla and Elvis and Lisa and together. We get that they were projected, the pictures were projected on there with Lisa little, and it was honoring her and her dad and her mom. We just felt it was a little much with Priscilla singing as though Priscilla and Elvis weren't married for years. Before his death. They were divorced years before he passed away. So, she's not his widow. It would be different. We would feel completely different if they had been married and she lost her husband and they weren't living, two separate lives with their child as their connection only. We would feel different. We do feel like it was a little much on that, but we understand it was Riley's production, and Priscilla is Riley's grandmother, and she was honoring her grandfather and her grandmother and her mother in those pictures. So it was Riley's show, her production. She did it her way, and all in all, we thought it was great. As far as the pictures and everything, we would have liked to have seen Lisa honored, maybe with more recent pictures, maybe honoring Lisa and maybe Ben. But again, it was Riley's production. She did it how she wanted, and maybe Nanny had a good point that maybe it was in honor of Elvis when he was in Graceland and still alive. And so, of course, recent pictures of Lisa or Ben, they weren't, those would be after his death, and maybe Riley and the production team thought, let's just do it when he was alive and when he was here and make it a happy occasion and not. So, kudos to the team and to Riley for the ideas and how they did it. Again, we enjoyed it. We did think reminiscing with Priscilla and just about all of the pictures was a little much, but that's our opinion, and we're entitled to that opinion. Some may agree, some may not, and we're open to that feedback as always. As far as the songs chosen, we also kind of wish that it had been all Elvis songs, whether it be Elvis Christmas or Elvis, just regular Elvis songs, day-to-day songs, or maybe Elvis gospel. All of it would have been nice. The performers all did great on their performances, no matter what song choice was chosen for them. We would just like to have, of course, our family would have liked to have seen, all Elvis, but again, that was a production choice, and there was a reason, and there was nothing wrong with the performances at all. We enjoyed seeing all of them. The three of us discussed over the phone last night after, our favorite performances. We all three agree that the favorite, I had two favorites, and I'll tell you my two favorites in just a moment. They had three, and I guess I would agree maybe I have three too. But our very favorite performance, and I'm sure you'll guess it, but it was Kane Brown's Blue Christmas down at the barn. We just really liked it. We enjoyed his voice. He sounded great. He did a good performance, his own spin on it, and we just really enjoyed it, and the fact that Elvis was projected on the barn and he was singing along with Elvis with that production. It was just really touching, and we really, that was our favorite. Our next favorite, and I guess I know that they enjoyed it. I guess my second favorite, or almost tied for first, was Post Malone. I think he did an awesome job doing Devil in Disguise. it was not Elvis. It was not trying to be like Elvis. It was Post Malone honoring Elvis with the song, and you can tell that he loves Elvis. He admires him, and I just thought it was really great. I loved how Riley picked him up in the golf cart and drove him up, and it was fun. Riley seemed so laid back and comfortable, and of course, I mean, she's good at what she does, and I think that Riley has a great business mindset. I think that that's a plus for her. I think that she has a great business mindset, and I think that she'll do well. But I liked how she picked him up and she took him to the pool. I really liked his version. Of course, it's not going to touch Elvis, and he's not trying to touch his vocal power at all, in my opinion. I really liked it. I know a lot of people were down on the performance and the fact that he jumped in the swimming pool, but I don't think that he meant it in a disgraceful way. Nanny and Papa and I discussed that, and we don't think that he meant it in a disgraceful way. I think that one, he had gotten approval because I heard one of the directors say, or stage workers say, hey, we told you it wasn't a heated pool, and so I mean they had obviously discussed it beforehand, and it may have been Riley, but someone said, here, get him a towel. So I just think that he wasn't doing it to be disrespectful or disgraceful or wanting to cause any type of blow up on, hey, let's run out and jump in the pool. I think that he just wanted to do it. He had never been to Graceland, and he thought it would be a good end to his performance. And like Nanny said, maybe it was an enlightenment. Maybe it was, Nanny had a good point with, maybe he felt like it would keep it in an up tempo and keep everything in an upbeat mood and Christmas mood, and not let it be sad, because parts of it were sad and bittersweet, especially when I saw the home video and they had Gladys there throwing the snow, and Vernon. I asked, I said, who was the Santa Claus in the home videos, because I thought it was Colonel, but they said no, it was Vernon. But it was bittersweet to think they're all gone, and that was their home, and life has gone on, and celebrating Christmas has gone on. But I really thought it was touching that Riley wanted to do a Christmas at Graceland and have it seasonal, have it Christmas and upbeat and family and music, and that was what Elvis was all about. And I thought it was good. We all three really liked the War and Treaties performance as well. We thought they did really good. I mean, they have some good, powerful vocals. Again, we're gonna say, they don't touch Elvis, but I thought that they were really good and did a good job. Everybody did. I thought the scenery was great and all set up. But so as far as our three top performances, Kane Brown with Blue Christmas, Post Malone with Devil in Disguise, and the War and Treaty. We thought that they did really good with If I Can Dream. All in all, it was a really good show. I told Nanny and Papa, I said, for me, get down, Bentley. Get down. Nope, get down. No video for you. Sorry, no video for you today. I thought that, I never lived there. I didn't experience that life. I've just experienced it through my grandparents and my daddy and my uncle, and through their stories. And I really felt like at the end, when the Cadillac drove off, and it was dark with just the Christmas light ambience going on, and just the Christmas lights and decorations, and driving down the drive and seeing the sign, and seeing it go out the gate and turn onto Elvis Presley Boulevard, and Can't Help Falling in Love playing, and then hearing Elvis's voice say thank you very much. That, for me, that was so sad. And I know it was meant to be a happy thing. It was beautiful seeing that car go down the drive, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm normally not very emotional on on things. I mean, there's very few, videos and stuff like that that really sent me off. But I told Nanny and Papa, I said, believe it or not, it actually brought tears to my eyes seeing the Cadillac drive off and pull off onto the highway, and him saying thank you very much, and just the music playing, Can't Help Falling in Love, and going out. I thought it was beautiful, but it did bring a tear to my eyes, and I know for them it was emotional. I keep using bittersweet, and I guess, that's the only way to describe it so that people pick up, bittersweet. For them, because of all the years, Pawpaw his whole life with him, and all the years that they were with him, and spending personal time and working time, and with the Memphis Mafia guys, and with Elvis and Lisa as a small child, and Gladys and Vernon and everything there. It is a bittersweet moment, like they said, seeing the den and seeing the kitchen and the pool and the barn and going across. It has to be bittersweet. It does. But all in all, we all agree it was a great show, and we really highly enjoyed it. Again, a little much on Priscilla for our liking, being reminisced, but of course she would be. Priscilla was. No matter if you like her or not, she was a part of his life. She was his wife for a few years, and she was not his wife for a few years when he passed away. So we don't say she's his widow. She's not. Technically, she is not his widow, no matter how you look at it, but she was a part of Elvis's life, and they did have Lisa together, and so, that's a kind of a way that we're thinking, well, maybe they were just doing the family Christmas from Riley's perspective, and for her sisters would be, her grandmother, her grandfather, and her mother's a small child before he was passed away, before Graceland wasn't his home anymore, and it was open to the public, and before things changed. And if so, that's her viewing, and that's the way she wanted to do it. But we do have to say, to Riley, that we did enjoy it. It was a great show. We loved the performances and the feeling of it. I really did. Again, one of my favorite parts was her driving the golf cart and taking Post Malone out to the pool. We loved Kane Brown and Post Malone and Warren Treaty. We enjoyed them all. I enjoyed seeing John Legend and Lana Del Rey. I enjoyed Casey Musgraves and Lany Wilson, and I told them, I said, I think it's funny, I enjoyed Cher's commentary on there. I enjoyed Dolly Parton, but I enjoyed Cher's commentary. I got tickled with her saying they were at the concert, and she was 11 years old. She's Laney's age, and she said all of these girls and women were jumping and screaming, and she said she didn't really know why, but she felt like she wanted to do it, so she did it. Nanny has told in one of our videos before, or a couple of them, that the first time that she went to a theater here in Hernando where I live. It was called the Vaughn Theater back then, and now it's a gift shop, and there's a spa on the back side, I believe, where the theater actually was. It's a spa, but on the front of it, it's called Bon Von Gift. So if you're ever in Hernando, go check it out. I've been in there and spoke with the lady that owns it. They have great stuff. I could stay in there all day looking. So if you're ever in Hernando and come down by the courthouse, look up Bon Von Gifts and go by and check them out. And just check out where the old Vaughn Theater was. Pawpaw and his band performed at Vaughn Theater. It's a spa on the back side, and it was the theater. But Nanny said they went there. Her sister and she and some friends of theirs went to see Love Me Tender, and she said at the end, when Elvis's character passed, all of the girls in this theater, she said, they just went nuts. They were screaming and yelling and throwing cokes at the screen and just irate and upset and screaming and crying. She said she was scared to death. She didn't know what to do. She said she wasn't like Cher wanting to do it. she was scared and wanted to get out of there. So, it's, different things. And I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to ask her exactly how old she was. But, I mean, of course, it was before she met Pawpaw, so she wasn't quite in high school. So, I would say probably about Lany's age. And, I'll verify that, though. And I just thought it was funny because she said, hell, they were screaming. And she said, I didn't know what in the world they were doing and why they were doing it. She later come to find out why. And, I mean, still in a movie theater, that's just blows my mind. I've never experienced that. And I think it would probably scare me to death, too. Especially nowadays. You don't know. When somebody's screaming, and hollering in a movie theater, there's usually danger. And so nowadays I would be freaked out. But yeah, it would probably scare me too. But yeah, I as far as the Christmas at Graceland, I really enjoyed it. And they did too. And we think it was a good job. We had our little critiques, but I mean, no, who's asking? Nobody's asking. But we gave those. We always do. I've had several people say they want Nanny and Pawpaw's review on the movie Priscilla. We have not seen it yet. We will. We're going to. I don't know when. I mean, we've had a lot going on. We had my surgery and Dakota's fight and school and the holidays and all of that. But we do plan on watching it, and we'll get a video out to you. We have some great videos that are pre-recorded. I recorded about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. That I recorded, and so they are all videos are pre-recorded when we put them on YouTube. They're not like, I don't record them today and put them out today, except for this one. This one, it's Thursday, November 30th, and around 12 o'clock, 12:30, and by 2 o'clock, it'll be on YouTube. If not, it's a technical error, operator error. But I do, because of the distance that we live and because of my schedule and their schedules and everything that we have going on, I usually pick a day that's good for them, good for me, that I'm not working, or that Lany doesn't have something with school, that Nolan, Lany, and I don't have something planned, or that Nanny and Pawpaw don't have something planned. As you know, I mean, they stay busy. Pawpaw's busy and finds work to do, all the time. So he stays busy. So we kind of work it on a day that, we're up to that, and days that they are up to doing videos and up to talking about it. I mean, it was their life, and while they enjoy doing the Q&As that we do in August, or while they enjoy the videos that we do and talking about it, sometimes it is hard, and sometimes it does bring up memories, that good and bad, but it also sometimes can be sad and kind of set them back emotionally. And so, I mean, you do have to understand that. But anyway, I try to record 5, 6, 7, 8. One time we did, I think, 8 videos and 6 or 7 YouTube shorts, all in one day. And we just really, sometimes we'll just get on a roll and get to going, and we'll say, hey, let's do another one. We love getting your questions. Keep sending those questions in. We love it. And a lot of times we'll just be answering questions, and you'll see it'll go into a story that pops in with the question, or that answers the question, but it's a great story. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback, and we enjoy doing this channel and doing the videos and the autograph photos, and doing all of this for you guys and with you guys. We feel like we're doing it with you. You guys are, getting the stories and everything, but we're enjoying it. I really enjoy it mostly. I mean, my honest reason for doing it is I'm getting to do something with my grandparents, and for me, I'm getting to film and produce these videos for y'all on YouTube and work the Facebook channel and the social media, but I'm getting to do something with my grandparents. That's something that a lot of people can't say. Like my husband, all of his grandparents except for one, they were passed away before he was born. And so we've been together 18 years. It'll be 19 years this next August, and married 18. this next August, and he had, like he said, your grandparents are my grandparents, because I didn't have grandparents and grow up that way, you know, where you were with them and close to them and hanging out, and so he enjoys it too, and I'm glad. And Lany has got, you know, gets to know her great grandparents, and she helps a lot. She creates a lot of the slides for me. If you follow me on Facebook or social media or Instagram, you'll see that Lany, she's 11 years old in 6th grade. Lany is big and huge into YouTube, and her big thing is computer animation. She makes and animates cartoons and characters. She does a really, really good job with just the equipment that she has. And the other day, she came home so excited. The counselor had set up for them to do like the career aptitude test, and to kind of get these 6th grade minds into, time goes by fast. Before you know it, you'll be a senior. You know, you'll be a junior, senior, and bam, it's what are you going to do? You know, what do you want to do with your life? And Lany's always said she wants to animate. Lany wants to do a lot, and Lany wants to be an author, and she is an amazing author. One day I would love to read you one of her stories. She's an amazing author. You think, for an 11-year-old child, and she's done this for years, you know, since she was 8 or 9 years old. It's the words and the vocabulary that she uses and the way that she does her stories. She is very big on horror and you know, the scary graphic novels and scary books. She reads constantly. She's very big on that. So she does want to be an author, and she's always talked about writing books and turning them into movies or animations. But she's also great with computer graphic, creating digitally these characters, and she's an amazing artist. She's in art this year and band, and she's just really, really doing well in middle school. I was very nervous for middle school. That's a big change, and she goes to a huge school system. A lot of kids there, and it was just a big change, and she's just done great. I'm very, 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 we all are very proud of Lany. But she took the career aptitude test, and it came back that based on her testing and everything that they did, that she would really excel in doing like computer graphics, animation, digital work. And so she was really excited for that, and she's got plans on, I'm going to go here for my prerequisites to this school, and then I want to go to this school, and I think that's great. You know, it's fine. I'm proud of Lany as long as she's doing something that makes her happy, and, you know, she's not working and miserable just, you know, to make ends meet. But if she's doing something that she's happy with, whether she goes to college, she doesn't, she has a good job, I think that's great. You know, college is not for everybody, and I always say, let a child and a person see different things that they're good at and that they want to do, and if it doesn't need college and their college isn't for them, then let them do their trade. Let them do what makes them happy. If college is required, or it's something that they want to do and try different things, then I encourage that too. I want children to know that there are so many options, and be happy with it. Of course, I'm not saying don't go to college. I think that college is a good thing, but there are so many people that succeed without it, and don't feel pressured, I guess, to your kids. Something that people didn't know, you know, may not know about me is not, I mean, I'm going on and on, not that any of you care, but I've had a lot of questions come directly to me, and I'm like, I kind of skip over them, so I'm just kind of going. But I was one of those kids that was a perfectionist in school, and I drove myself batshit crazy with straight A's all the way from you know, you say kindergarten through college. I did go and get my associate's degree, and then I took a break from college to start work, and I just got into the working field and did not go back for a bachelor's degree. I was going to school to be a high school English teacher, and I kind of changed my mind. I think I was kind of burnt out on school, and I finished at the junior college in our town with an associate's degree and special honors. It was so much pressure for myself on the grades. I just felt like if I keep going, I'm gonna burn out in my mind. I don't think, emotionally I can handle being on myself with these. I just couldn't do it. I do stay, Lany will say I'm on her too much. I do stay on Lany about her grades, just simply because I want her to have room for error if there's a day that she's just not with it or whatnot. And I feel like keep your expectations high. And if you have a day that you're not with it and you need it, you can pull from that and still have a good grade. I'm just hard on her. I don't want her to be lazy. I don't want her to have lead in the butt when it comes to her schoolwork. But if it's the best she can do, and that's all she can do, and it's the best, whether it's a or an F, if that was, and I know she truly worked hard and tried, then I'm happy for her. Yeah, it kills me just to even say F. But I mean, that's just me, and the whole family said, hey, Lany's not you, and she has different things. So I'm proud of Lany. Lany is an honor roll student. She works very hard. Some things come naturally, like her writing, her reading, but other things like math and even history, she has to work at that. It's not something that she's great at or that holds her interest, but she works hard at everything, and she does. She's an honor roll student. I've only had a few occasions where I've had to get on her just because I see it wasn't because she didn't understand, it was because she was lazy in an assignment and did not get the grade that she should have. So there's that. I've been asked about my marriage, how long I've been married. Nolan and I met Nolan when I was 21. We got married when I was 22. And Nolan's 12 years older than me. We met at a mutual job where we were working after I got out of college. And we had Lany right at 5 years, after 5 years of our marriage. We wanted to, we're living in an apartment, and we wanted to be buying a home and have a home and be settled in a good school system. Then we planned to have our child. Yes, it was on purpose to just have one child. Again, with both of us working and Nolan being 12 years older than me. And originally growing up, I had said I was not going to have any children. I did change my mind after we were married, and we just, we needed that last puzzle piece, and it was Lany. And I thank God every day for Lany. But yes, Lany was a planned child, and it was a planned thing, unless we had, twins or triplets or whatnot, to just have one child. Lany does well as an only child. Does she have the only child syndrome? Hell yes. What only child doesn't? She's spoiled rotten, and not just by by the family, all the kids. I was, that's just the way that it goes in our family. But you're given a great childhood, and what you do as an adult, that's on you. But you learn growing up in our family that you're wanted, you're loved, you have a good childhood and great memories. I have wonderful childhood memories that I'll hold dear forever. But that's that with Nolan. Nolan helps out on a lot of the video stuff. A lot of ideas. It was actually Nolan's idea to start the Q&As. Nolan has a lot of great video ideas and a lot of input. And when we go somewhere, like we go into Memphis, when we went up to Forest Hill Cemetery, and we go other places, Nolan does our driving and takes us. Nolan knows the roads. He was a driver for a gas company for a long time, and so he knows our roads in and out. We feel safe going as a group. So he does our driving and does a lot of input, but very seldom, unless it's like a pop-up live and I zoom in, is he on the videos. One day we may talk him into it. Nolan has a very dry sense of humor, and he's funny, and he's just, as far as being on the videos, you probably won't see him. You'll see him in pictures. I had a question 2 or 3 nights ago from a few people. Yes, Lany will be back on the videos, and you see her a lot of times in the summertime on Daddy and Teresa's channel, the Memphis Mafia Kid channel. Be sure to check it out. I'm sure you guys are already subscribed. Be sure to subscribe and check it out too. But she goes down and stays with them in the summertime a lot, and so she's on a lot of their videos. Sometimes she'll get on our videos, but again, Lany has... she's like her dad as far as, you know, good ideas, good input. She'll make some of the slides or have ideas about what to do. You know, sometimes I'll ask her, hey, do this, and she'll do that. But she starts to get stage fright sometimes and isn't. But she's a funny kid, and so I'm sure she'll be back on our videos. Any other questions? I did have a few personal questions that I'll just admit, yes, I've avoided. One, just I wasn't really wanting to get into it publicly, or 2, I mean, it's an emotional thing for me sometimes. But they say, who is Danielle's mother? Is Teresa your mother? Questions like that. No, Teresa is actually my stepmother. She and Daddy got married the same year that Nolan and I got married. So I've been around Teresa since I was 21. She and Daddy live in Tupelo. My biological mother does not live here. I do not have a relationship with her. My parents divorced when I was a teeny tiny baby, and I don't want to get into a lot of details, and I hope that you guys will respect that. But Daddy and my biological mother divorced when I was a little baby. Daddy was 20 years old when I was born, and my mother left and does not. They did go through a divorce and through a custody battle, but thankfully and thank God, Daddy got full custody of me, and I was raised with my daddy and my nanny and pawpaw. So people sometimes say, oh, you know, you seem to be very close to your grandparents. I am. And they say, oh, you seem so close to your grandmother. I am. My grandmother was not only my grandmother, but she was also my mother and my best friend. I've been with her my whole life, and I've been, you know, with both of them, and so as a mother standpoint, she gets the happy Mother's Day, and she's my nanny, but she's been more than that, and they both have. And so I was lucky to have my daddy and my grandparents. You know, my daddy fought for me and did what was needed to get me and my grandparents, and so I had a wonderful childhood. People often say, oh, do you know, are you curious? Do you want? I do not. I do know who my mother is. I did see her on visitations for a short time when I was little. Again, I don't want to get into any of that and bring up anything. It's the holiday season. I don't want to get upset. They weren't always the best visits, and eventually those visits did stop, thankfully. Those visits did stop, and I was with Daddy and Nanny and Papa for all of time, you know, all of the time. And she would visit maybe once a year around my birthday or maybe around Christmas. You know, and that's it. We had a few words when I turned 18. I have not seen her since I was 14 or 15, I believe, and I had a few words on a phone call when I was 18 with her, you know, regarding my family and some things that she had sent me in a card or a letter or whatnot. All of that's just personal. But that being said, just a few words. You know, and I just asked that I be left alone and have my life and she have her life. And she did honor that. She has honored that, and I'm appreciative for that. You know, I'm not being ugly. There are different strokes for different folks, and everybody's family has a different thing. I did not miss out on anything in my life. I mean, I would have friends say, "Are you curious? Do you want?" I don't. I'm not curious about her life. I'm not sure, you know, if she's curious about mine or not. I do know that she's married, and she does have 3 other children that are younger than me. You know, she has 3 other children, and I hope that she grew up and got in the right mindset to be a wife and to be a mother to them, and I hope that they had a great life. I don't hold any grudges. I don't hold grudges against her. I'm thankful that I was able to be with my daddy. I'm thankful that, you know, she stopped with the visitations and that she has left me alone. I haven't wanted for anything. I haven't felt a hole in my life or hole in my heart. To me, I had the family that I had, and they made me who I am. So no, I have no regrets on any of my decisions or anything. It's all made me the person that I am. I've just had several of you ask, you know, or they say, "Hey, I know, you know, Teresa is your stepmother, and you know, who's your real mother?" What? So I'm not naming any names or any information. I do know that who she is. At the time, she was not ready to be a wife and mother, and she had a lot emotionally going on, and so it was the best decision, and I don't regret anything. So that answers that. Again, I prefer not to get into any deep personal stuff, just emotionally for me or for my family. It's just, people have asked, so there's the answer to that. I'm sorry for the ones that have asked. I have avoided it for a little while, just because we try to keep this channel on Elvis Fans Matter and Nanny and Pawpaw and their stories and lives with Elvis, but we've had a lot, say, dive into your family. So this is a long video, and I'm sure if you've made it this far, thank you for staying with me. People asked, did I ever get to meet my great-grandparents? I did. I got to meet Lorraine Smith. That's our Mama Smith. That's Pawpaw's mother. She was married to Travis Smith, who was Gladys's brother. That's Pawpaw's dad. I did get to meet Mama Smith. I did not meet Paul Smith, and I did not get to meet Pawpaw's brother, Bobby, unfortunately. I did know Mama Smith's mother, Grandma Ivy, Thelma Ivy. I did not get to meet Grandpa Ivy. His name was Ira. I did not get to meet him, but I did know Grandma Ivy, and I knew Mama Smith, and I knew Mama Smith's siblings. Let's see. On Nanny's side, I did know both of my great-grandparents. Her daddy, Woodrow, and her mother, Sarah. When you hear me talk about my mama, because let's see, Paul Woodrow, he passed away in 1992. I was in 2nd grade. But Mama passed away in 2019 and lived with my grandparents. So when you hear me talk about my Mama and have pictures of her, she passed away a few years ago. That's who I'm talking about. So I did know them. People ask, some ask because they're not sure of the family structure, how Dakota and I are related. You'll know Dakota's Dakota the Dream. Daddy and Joey are brothers, so Joey's my uncle. I'm Danny's daughter, as you know. Joey's my uncle, and Dakota is Joey's son. And I was almost 18 years old when Dakota came along, so he was my little baby, and I'm close with him and both of his boys. And Camden and Benton, you see us talk about them all the time. We call them Cam and Ben. Close to them, love those little stinkers. But Dakota is my first cousin. We've always kind of been like brother and sister, you know, more because we were with Nanny and Pawpaw, and I was a teenager when he was there. A lot of kids in high school would see him and say, did you have a baby? And no, he was not my baby. You know, he's my cousin, but been around him, you know, his entire life. I was there the day he was born and held him and snuggled him, and you know, growing up, little mean boy, meanest little there was. He did mean stuff like unlocking the bathroom door and throwing fake snakes in the shower with me. He would hide, I'm horrified of snakes. That's my biggest phobia, snakes. He would put fake snakes in my bed, so when I got in the bed at night, it would be in there. So, you know, little brother type stuff. But he is my first cousin. Sometimes I'll just say Cam and Ben are my little nephews. Just, it's easier with people to say, oh yeah, they're my little nephews, because when you say they're your little cousins, they question our big age gap, because I'm 40 years old, and you know, but they're my second cousins. I can't think of any other questions I've gotten that were personal. I get a lot of comments and messages and feedback saying that you all appreciate me doing this. I enjoy it, and I appreciate all of you. I appreciate that feedback. It makes me feel good. You know, it makes me feel proud. We want to do this as long as you want us to do this. As long as we're getting the subscribers and the comments and the great feedback, you know, and the views, we want to keep doing it as long as we can and as much as we can. We appreciate you. Sometimes we get ugly comments about certain things, or our opinions, or you know, things that we haven't covered, or hey, I've asked this question and you haven't gotten to it. Sometimes there are questions that Nanny and Papa just aren't comfortable answering, and so I do just kind of skip altogether. Sometimes I will mention the question and they'll say, yeah, I know about that, but we're not going any further, or okay, you know, great question, we're not comfortable answering it. And we hope that everybody understands there are some personal things that they just don't want to answer. I say we, it's not me. I wasn't there. I know everything that I know from what my grandparents have told me, but we have a lot of great stuff coming up for the month of December. We have a video, I call it, you know, about the women who loved Elvis. It's based on a TV show that came out, where they discuss some of that. We have I'm just going to warn you, it's a very emotional video. There was a TikTok that went out, saying that my papa denied Elvis's death. It was taken out of context. He goes into that and talks about when Elvis was brought back to the house to get ready for the funeral, and I'm just, get your tissues ready. It is very emotional. It's probably going to be the last time that I'm going to bring up a question that deep and along that line, just because seeing the heartache and how upset my grandparents got. Sometimes videos are going to be sad, and that's fine, but we want to keep it more upbeat, and I don't like seeing them getting upset and then their mind having to sway into memories like that. So it is very emotional. We have reviews of a Piers Morgan interview. Daddy did his reviews on that, so check out his channel as well, Memphis Mafia Kid on YouTube. Check him out. And then check ours out as well. I have videos locked and loaded into YouTube, ready to go out, starting this Sunday at 9 a.m., every Sunday at 9 a.m., through December the 31st. And then while I'm off around the New Year's holidays, I'm going to go down one day and shoot videos for January. I always usually shoot a month, 6 weeks in advance. But that's that. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. No, it wasn't so much about Elvis. I grew up knowing about Elvis, knowing that he was my cousin. Went to school quite a few times, and someone would say something about Elvis, and I might say, that's my cousin. It's, oh, you're a liar, it's made up. So I would take pictures and everything. Not that I needed to prove it, but I was a little kid, so Nanny would let me take pictures and let my teachers and my friends at school see the pictures and talk about it. So they understood it wasn't a made-up thing in a child's mind. I've grown up very proud of the fact that my cousin is the most well-known music superstar and actor, you know, but music superstars, I like his music more than the movies. I've seen some of the movies, not all, I'm being honest. I liked him as a music performer more than an actor, though he did a great job in his movies. But, I mean, you grow up knowing your cousin is like the #1 music superstar, and that's a proud thing. And knowing your grandparents lived a life that some people only dream of, and that's amazing. They have wonderful stories. We have a lot of personal pictures, you know, and things, and stories, and a lot of stories that we know in the family that they won't tell publicly on a video, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't know that they just, Papa just won't tell, you know, things private between them he just doesn't go into, and I don't know it. And I respect that. Just, you know, we hope that all of you do, you know, we want you to respect that. But it really is amazing when you think about it, and what a life my grandparents lived, and I'm getting to share and help them to share their stories, and I love it. So I do want to say this before I go. This has just been a long, drawn-out video, and I've gotten comfortable in front of the camera and gotten to talking, but I know there are going to be some comments that go, this wasn't Billy and Joe. I know that. I know they're not here. I wish they were. They had personal things to do today, and okayed me to go ahead and do the video, and to give their opinions. They're not here. They are going to be here. They're going to be back Sunday, and I'm actually going to their house Friday and hanging out. Daddy and Teresa will be there, and we're just going to have some snacks, play some games, hang out, probably gossip. And but I don't, I know Billy and Joe aren't here, and I'm sorry about that. I know that you want Billy and Joe, Nanny and Papa. Billy and Joe will be back. Today you just got me. I know a lot of you probably cut the video off after I talked about Christmas at Graceland. Click, we're done. And that's fine too. Those of you that stuck around and listened, I just wanted to answer some of your questions that I've gotten in my messenger. Just, you know, they'll say this one's just personally for you. Tell us, you know, tell us about you. Tell us about this. Tell us about that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Just glad to be here. Showed up September of '83, and I'm just glad to be here, and very glad to be here and be able to share everything, help my grandparents share their life with Elvis and their lives, their personal lives with you. Several have asked to get Billy and Joe's full love story and see pictures, and I'm going to try to talk them into doing a video and doing that. I think that would be fun. I enjoy hearing it. But yeah, I just want to tell everybody I appreciate you. We appreciate you. You guys matter to us. We love you all. We want you all to have safe and happy holidays. A very Merry Christmas. And y'all know what's coming. Say it with me. Elvis fans matter. You do. Love y'all.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.